So yesterday we went to my dad's to go pick up this piece of equipment out of my dad's. Still can't tell you what the whole project is. I brought my camera, but I guess the battery broke off somewhere and I only had the backing plate to the battery. So that's no good. So what do we have here? We have one tire. We have some Dana 44 high pinion. The high pinion, actually no, it's a low pinion. I thought it was a high pinion, sorry. Maybe the Fords are high pinions. But we got some nice rims on it. These here I actually got off a van I bought a long time ago. The tires are good. They're about 33s. We got a Dana 60 here in the rear. We got all these leaf spring purchased. So still not willing to tell you guys what my actual project is. Now inside of here, I was told this is a 400 small block, and I was told this is a turbo 400. But honestly, guys, I don't know enough about these to know anything about it. MP208. I wonder if that's a good one or not. I think the 205 is the good one. I think the 208's not the good one. But, so my plan is that we are going to take the torch, we're going to cut all these rivets, and then we can keep the leaf spring perches. I want to keep the power steering unit. I'd like to keep the bump stops because they look factory. I'd like to keep as much of this stuff as I possibly can. If we don't end up using it, we don't end up using it. If we don't end up using the leaf springs, then we don't. But if we need them, they're going to be here, because I'd rather have them and not need them than not have them and need them. So what I think we're going to do, take this off. We're going to probably keep this mount. We're going to take all these off and then keep the actual mounts. Just keep whatever I think is going to be useful. And we'll take a look at the motor to see if it's useful or not. But again, I'm not 100% sure. Why does it have all these death spikes cut into it? Ooh, those look terrifying. But our number one goal is to basically get this chassis cut down to something that is not resembling a chassis at all. So basically, I want the axles, I want the leafs, I want the motor, transmission, transfer case on the ground, I want steering box, I want all the linkages to the steering, everything out and on the ground, and we can start from there. Even this big sway bar mount we're going to take off and keep, because if it's something I can reuse, it's going to be extremely helpful. I don't know what I'm going to need for this project or anything like that, so we're going to try to keep as much as we can. And then we're probably going to go on Rock Auto tonight, and we're going to order all new brakes. We need calipers, we need caliper brackets, all that fun stuff for this thing. So we're going to try to see what this is. This chassis has been cut, shortened, and bolted together. The axles are not the right axles. I think this is a 1500 chassis cut down to a K20 Blazer chassis with Dana 44 front and 60 rear. I don't know if that's true or not, but we're gonna have to go through and definitely see what we have. Oh, the motor looks like it's got a chrome oil pan. Throw a little dirt on that there, spice it up a bit, Joe Dirte. So let's go get this thing unloaded, and then we're gonna start tearing it apart and seeing what we have. Come on. I just need you out of the way. Come on, up, there you go. Good girl. Good girl. I'm sorry. I just had to kind of scoot you out of the way there to get it out, but You look like a very proud old lady. Arlie! Arlie! Good girl. She's not doing very good these days. She's getting pretty old. So what we're doing now is we got this chassis pushed all the way back, and now we're gonna go use the Walden and pick it up and bring it over here. So some of the things I would like to keep, I'd like to keep this leaf spring hanger right here. Again, I have no idea if I'm gonna use it, but I'd like to keep it. We're gonna keep this leaf spring hanger. We're just gonna take the torch, we're gonna cut all the rivets from the back side so that way we don't damage the actual bracket on the front side. We're gonna keep the back bracket. Even though all the bushings are gone, I can buy replacement bushings, no problem. Just gonna take the torch, cut all these out, hammer them out, and go from there. So, saying that, let's get this thing into a spot where I can use the torches and get going. So, I think we need to go start up the Walden. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I hate to do this to you again. Start. Take a little sniff, my friend. You know, it's only like plus 20 this morning. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I think this is gonna be a two-hander today. There! We'll just let her get warmed up. Oh, the Walden's running. So that's good. Let's come in here. What the heck is this doing in here? Not my truck. I think that's Steven's truck in here. I think it's in here for a valve cover job. Thought I was supposed to be out of here by now. That's okay. Like helping my friends out, letting them use my garage whenever they need it. And I can work outside in the sun. Now if it was raining, it'd be a little different. But let's get the pop in the fridge, let the Walden warm up, I guess, and then we can go from there. So the type of lug nuts that are on this, I'm not overly pleased with. So I'm probably going to change them out. These ones right here, I had them on my Dodge, and somebody over-tightened them, wasn't me, when I sent my truck in for some brake work. And then I tried to adjust my e-brake, this spring, and ended up snapping off 3 of these lug nuts, but I had to drill out the entire lug to get it out because of where they snapped. Where they snapped was pretty much right at the bottom of the spline, so it was just this little piece here at the end. So even those retractor tools did not work for it. So I bought these axles think last fall, so I'll probably, maybe even longer than that. So the axles, I don't have any history on them. I don't know exactly what year they're off of. I don't even know if there's brakes inside there. It does not even feel like there's brakes inside there. I definitely don't think there's any brakes inside of here. So what we're probably gonna have to do, see if I can get all the brake equipment with springs and hardware and e-brake set up before it offline. Probably new discs, new drums. It might be cheaper just to go with discs, to believe it or not, like new discs. But then I have to keep the discs small because I have to clear these 16-inch rims. 16s, right? I think they're 16s. They might be 17s. I think they're 16s. That would just turn just a little bit more. Yeah, they're 16s. I can see it on the other side. I definitely don't think there's any brakes in here. But let's get the rear tires off, and then we'll get the axles on the ground. Well, then we'll work on the chassis to get the axles on the ground. Okay guys, we got the monsters, we got the sunglasses, we got the torch, we got a barbecue lighter. Let's start torching off these rivets. Like I said, we're going to torch from the inside and then drop them. The rear is going to be the easiest, so we're going to do that first. And then we're going to move to taking the motor transmission out and then going from there.